On the news tonight, Anambra State government vows to prosecute touts and illegal revenue collectors in the state. Commissioner for Works Okoma expresses satisfaction over pace of road jobs in Onitsha. President Buhari meets CBN Governor Mefele and other stakeholders over Naira's scarcity. And Global Fundraiser Organization opens over 1,500 GoFundMe pages to assist earthquake victims in Turkey. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Chidema Orangwa. The Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade has said the touts selling illegal tickets and collecting unauthorized revenues from drivers in Anambra State will be prosecuted. The local enforcement authority stated this during the parade of over 18 suspects apprehended by a joint team led by the managing director of Ocha Brigade, Comrade Celestin Anere, at different locations in Onitsha and its environs. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike has details.
The suspects were nabbed on accounts of illegal collection of tickets from unsuspecting vehicle operators, cultism and other criminal activities. Debriefing the suspects, the public relations officer of the agency, Mr. Anthony Abwefune, said that the state will not tolerate any sort of unlawful activity coming from those who are hell-bent on extorting residents of the state. Mr. Abwefune revealed that the administration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo, through the leadership of Ocha Brigade, will continue to make the state uncomfortable for mischief makers and criminal-minded individuals and ask such people to leave the state or risk being caught up by the long hand of the law.
They should retreat or retrace their way. The government have made a lot of provisions for internship. A situation where it was allotted one person for two skillful jobs. Already the person is an entrepreneur on his or her own. So I'm pleading to our loving people in Anambra State for people to use this golden opportunity to warn their loved ones and their words.
One of the suspects, Mr. Arin Zenweke, who confessed to the crime, pleaded for leniency as he was ready to turn a new leaf henceforth. The suspects were apprehended at 33 Junction, Fege, Ochanja Market, Opiweka, Bridgehead and Niger Street, all around Onitsha. The exercise is to ensure that the state is free from criminal elements that have continued to disturb the peace of the state by frustrating the efforts of the Governor Soludo-led administration for a livable and healthy Anambra State.
The chairman of Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Wadinobi, has called on head teachers and teachers in the state to ensure they collect their permanent voter cards, PVCs, before the February 5th deadline announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Dr. Wadinobi, who made the call while speaking with newsmen in Awka, urged the head teachers and teachers to use their voting strength to retain the good governance being experienced in the state during the forthcoming 2023 general elections. The ASUBEB chairman said that civil servants, especially teachers in Anambra State, are lucky to have Governor Chukwuma Soludo at the helm of affairs in the state. She recalled that within 8 months in office, the governor recruited over 5,000 teachers, 250 health workers, and is constructing over 600 kilometers of roads, among other things he is doing to make Anambra State a livable and prosperous homeland. Anambra State Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, has expressed the happiness over the pace and quality of work ongoing at Abaka Road, Federal Housing Estate Link Road, and the Sport to 33 Road, all in Onitsha North local government area. Speaking after the inspection of the road, Commissioner Okoma said that Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration has an agenda with a timeline and so has to work 24 hours to make things happen. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri 5 on this report.
Commissioner said he came for an on-the-spot assessment to look at the progress of works going on. Engineer Okoma expressed happiness that the construction company Tech Engineering is working with remarkable progress. He said that with the pace of work, he is hoping that the contractor will deliver about 4 kilometers of the asphalted road before the 15th of March 2023. According to the commissioner, the governor will be happy that the road is one of the roads that is completed before schedule.
We have an agenda with a timeline. So we work 24 hours, 7 days in a week. And so we came for on-the-spot assessment, on scheduled visit to look at the progress of work that they are doing here. And we're a bit happy that tech engineering are working today.
The project manager of Tech Engineering Limited, Engineer Zhang Xiaowen, assured them that they are working to deliver the road before schedule. He thanked the commissioner and the supervising engineers for their support.
I like Anambra. I will do my best to complete these two projects in time.
On their part, the Deputy Chairman, Abaka Landlords Association, Chief Donatus Opala, and the Chairman, Works Department of the Association, Mr. Barnabas Onyekwere, said they were impressed with the progress of works done so far. They thanked Governor Soludo for remembering the people of Abaka and its environs. I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has reminded its heads of department and public affairs officers that as the interface between the Commission and its critical stakeholders at the state and local government levels, there are irreducible minimums that must be met to perform effectively and optimally. The National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Barrister Festus Okoye, who gave this charge at the INEC Voter Education and Publicity Training on Strategic Communication during the 2023 election in Lagos, said some of these values have to do with the individual, while others are related to the work of the Commission. He said at the individual level, they include personal appearance, composure and comportment, personal integrity, good reading habit and documentation, among others. Barrister Okoye reminded them that they can face challenges such as covering for sensational headlines, the spectre of fake news, the problems of planted stories, the breaking news syndrome, and information leakage from within, especially with the elections by the corners. He charged them to know their subject and become their expert. Always prepare well before going for a live interview, as they cannot take back what they say on live interviews. According to him, they should be proactive with information sharing, as it is better to give information upfront than allow the media to share false information and then struggle to explain. He, however, advised them not to run away from the media but should keep their answers on the borderline, especially when issues are unfolding, avoid ambiguity, and check whether their words and sentences may be subject to different interpretations. It was a moment of entertainment for Ndi Urum Anike Ancient Kingdom and guests from across Anambra State and beyond as Akeza village of Urum, Oka North local government area, organized her 2023 Okbondo Festival as part of activities marking this year's Egwori Festival. The event, which was held at Akeza Village Hall, Urum, witnessed a huge turnout of people, including sons and daughters of Urum community, home and abroad, and friends who came from far and wide to identify with the village on the celebration. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Okbondo is one of the major activities that make up the Uruma Anike Egwori Festival, and without it, the festival is not complete and will not end. As the head in Uruma Anike Ancient Kingdom, Akeze village holds the Okbondo ceremony first before other three villages that make up the community, Akitini, Ifitora, and Umuifie, follow suit. During the Okbondo ceremony, the male members of the village, including male children, took turns to flog each other with their well-fashioned canes, and various masquerades, including Ijele, which is considered king of masquerades in Igbo land, performed to the amazement of the community women and guests at the event. Speaking on the essence of Egwori Festival and the Okbondo ceremony, the chairman of the village, Mr. Fidelis Arinze, his deputy, Mr. Jonathan Wankwo, and the Crown Prince of Urum community, Chief Raymond Nweke, while appreciating the sponsor of this year's Okbondo Akeze, Chief Goodluck Ekwefa, for making the village proud through his generosity, said that Akeze village and the entire Urum community do not joke with the Egwori Festival and Okbondo ceremony, stressing the need for Ndi Igbo to be proud of their rich cultural heritage, as that remains their identity and distinguishes them from other tribes. For the sponsor of the event, Chief Ekwefa, who was among the newly inducted members of Ozu Urum Anike Society with the Ozo title Ozzy Jele, explained that he was moved to sponsor the event by his love for their culture and tradition, which he said he cherishes so much, noting that the festival gives them the opportunity to appreciate their God for a bountiful harvest in the previous farming season and then ask for more blessings in present year. Some stakeholders of Akeze village Urum, Mr. Chukwuemeka Ikunne, popularly known as Akpokoji, Chief Nnamdi Umade, Mr. Christian Nwakeze, and Chukwuebuka Ojana, and Chief Alex Onwubiko noted that the festival, apart from giving them opportunity to fraternize with each other, unites them as a people, saying that they will continue to contribute their quotas to make sure that the culture and tradition they inherited from their forefathers remain.
We need to abide by the culture, maintain the culture, believe the culture, so that it will work for us.
From Urum in Awka North local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
And on the national scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has met privately with the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Aminu Tambuwal, and the chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu, over the scarcity of Naira notes. In attendance at the meeting was the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa, as well as the Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Irabo. The meeting, originally scheduled with the Nigerian Governors Forum, was cancelled for reason not clearly stated. The presence of the CBN governor, however, gave indications that the meeting was organized ostensibly to discuss the cash swap policy, which has for days elicited a public outcry, particularly from the governors. It will be recalled that the president had on February 3rd met with the governors of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and some of the governors had asked that the president intervene to allow both the old and new Naira notes circulate to ease a cash crunch recorded across the country. The president was said to have cancelled it in a view of the court order forbidding government from extending the February 10, 2023 deadline for the swapping of the 3 old Naira notes. None of the participants at the meeting. With 3 days left to the expiration of the February 10 deadline, the Federal Capital Territory High Court has compelled the Central Bank of Nigeria and 27 commercial banks to go ahead with the full implementation of the Naira redesign policy, restraining President Muhammadu Buhari from further extending the deadline. In a motion by 4 political parties, namely Action Alliance, Action People's Party, Allied People's Movement, and National Rescue Movement, the court presided over by Justice Eleojo Enenche also granted an order directing the CEOs of 27 commercial banks and their alter egos to show cause why they should not be arrested and prosecuted for the economic and financial sabotage of the country by their illegal hoarding, withholding, not paying or disbursing the new 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira banknotes, despite supply of such notes by CBN. Delivering a ruling yesterday in a suit marked FCT/HC/CV/2234/2023, the court restrained CBN from extending the deadline on the use of old Naira notes pending the determination of the suit. The order will be for an initial period of 7 days until the motion of notice is heard on 14th February. The judge also made an order of interim injunction directing and mandating the defendants, whether by themselves, staff, agents, officers, interfacing banks, or whosoever described, to comply with, implement, and give effect to the currency redesign and restructuring of the old 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira banknotes on or before the last day of February 10, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The global fundraiser organization GoFundMe has said that the more than 1,500 online fundraising pages have already been set up to help earthquake victims in both Turkey and Syria. It added that more than £500,000 have so far been raised. Two major earthquakes measuring 7.8 and 7.5 hit the city of Gaziantep in southeastern Turkey on Monday. The quakes affected a massive area including large cities where many people live, and so far, according to the Red Cross, the earthquakes have hit at least 10 provinces in Turkey and in Syria, including Diyarbakir, Hama, Aleppo, Latika and Tartus, among others. The international vice president of the organization, John Coventry, was to have this to say: the crisis that is unfolding across the region is truly devastating, and that they are seeing a large number of fundraising efforts. He further noted that they are trust and safety is verifying this fund and will work with organizers and beneficiaries to get help to where it is needed most as soon as possible. Nigeria's highest-ranked taekwondoist, Elizabeth Anyanacho, will this weekend spearhead the country's contingent to the Egypt Open and President Cup taking place in Cairo, Egypt, between February 11 and 18th. Elizabeth Anyanacho, ranked 40th in the world, will be joined by the country's highest-ranked male taekwondoist, Benjamin Okwomose. Others on the contingent include Chinazum Nwosu, Florence Okafor, Itunanya Obiefuna, Olakmeju Oyebanjo, and Peter Itiku. According to Anyanacho, competing globally will show off the ranking point of athletes and will aid their qualification for major tournaments like the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Anyanacho, who is based in Germany under the International Olympic Committee IOC scholarship, said attending such a tournament will surely expose the athletes to competitors across the globe, while valuable ranking point will be garnered. She said that Nigeria needs a tournament of this magnitude to pick ranking point as well as qualify for major events across the globe. The Egypt Open will kickstart the Taekwondo Fiesta at the Sports City Hall in Cairo, while the President Cup will take place on February 17 to 18. And that's just about it on the news. But remember that you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Anambra State government has vowed to prosecute touts and illegal revenue collectors in the state. Commissioner for Works Ukoma has expressed satisfaction over pace of road jobs in Onitsha. President Buhari has met CBN Governor Mefele and other stakeholders over naira scarcity. And we also told you on the foreign scene that Global Fundraiser Organization has opened over 1,500 GoFundMe pages to assist earthquake victims in Turkey. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good night.